to some of the planning. We have some new teams coming into the fold and owners coming in, and the players, right? They're coming. We had a combine last Saturday that was absolutely in fuego, and now it's looking like it boils down to: did they make the right impression? Did they make the right connection? Did they do what they needed to do to be on a team this year? What are your thoughts leading into season 3?
Well, I mean, David, right at the bat, when you're talking about the players and what they did at the combine was absolutely fantastic. You talk about the amount of new faces are out there, the amount of unknown talent, but talented players that were participating and trying to show they have the level of play, the skill set to play and compete in this league and do well in this league and succeed in pickleball. What impressed me the most out of that group was the amount of players that were, talking, asking questions, coming up to me. I know coming up to you, going up to other captains, owners, introducing themselves, asking questions. A very, very mature group that was out there playing. Players of all ages. I mean, that age range is great, but it didn't matter. I mean, they were there to make a mark, leave their mark, and as you said, did they do enough to, get a captain interested to make him a part of this team? But I think what we all saw and could agree upon is last weekend in Lakeland at the Combine is. Whatever 32 players come out of this draft, it's a great group that is going to represent themselves, represent this league, represent their teams the right way. So, yeah, man, I'm excited. We talk about the season getting ready to kick off and the new teams. We have a new ownership in Punta Gorda, the Fort Myers Flamingos, past champions. Now they're located at Punta Gorda, the Punta Gorda Tide. And that's actually where we start season, the first stop of season 3. How cool is that? Our other new team.
Yeah, I mean, right there you see it. This was the first year champions. You had the Fort Myers Flamingos all decked out in pink right there. That was actually
I love that pink.
I know you do. We had player captains. BK was actually the player captain and drafted the whole team. We caught some flack on the whole player captain thing. The other thing people don't realize is there was actually 6 people on a team. We had automatic drafted substitutes with a whole wider range of things that happened. And that was in itself one of the major talking points of season 1. But season 2, you're going to see one familiar face. The GMV Chomp actually won season 2 right here with BK. You had Jason Robertson was actually the captain of that one and drafted that team. The funny part about that one, season 2, you saw Heather Nobler was in this picture as a champion. She was actually the first round pick both years that we had this draft and we had the league. She is not in the player pool this year. She moved on. She has a lot of family things that she does, and her family's doing great things and has moved up into the Carolinas, so she's not eligible to be in the draft. So this will be the first year we have a new number 1.
Hey, I'm glad you showed these 2 pictures because the common theme there is BK. And BK kind of represents everything this league is about. And if I have the first pick, if I have the second pick, I don't know how BK drops out of that top 2. I know captains and owners have their eyes set on what they need for their teams and who they're looking for. But this kid has it all. He wins. He's mature. He's been here from the start. He knows exactly what it takes to win in this league. And he's everything the AFPL needs to be, and we love that he's a part of it. So BK, good luck, captains, owners. You saw it. The guy's a 2-time champ, and he's available.
He literally has never lost a season. So you talk about representation here with the league and what it's all about. One of the things that we love to tout is not just our play on the court. I mean, this pool of players is elevated. We actually had to deny a lot of people. We had over 130 applications that came in. Eric Tice actually did his projections on what this league looks like. And you could see that we got down to about the 60 top players, and we brought them into Lakeland. It's probably the best accumulation of talent that are looking to go pro in the state of Florida at one time, because all of these players are looking for one thing: to make it to that next level, get noticed by sponsors, do the things that are necessary to really be a professional in the sport. And we've been able to produce some great pros through this league. We've had 8 players get signed to PPA contracts. We have 2 on Major League Pickleball teams, Christopher Crouch and Caitlin Campbell. They are both on Major League Pickleball teams, but you have great players that are winning rounds and getting sponsors because of what we're doing on the court as well as off the court. So these players are focused in on that. And the amount of text messages and phone calls I got from players and captains this week wondering what in the world's going to happen after draft day. I'm really looking forward to today. And then
look, and it's not just the PPA and the MLP. I mean, there's other leagues out there, there's other tours, and this league that we're a part of is putting players in there. Guys that are getting signed, players getting signed to the APP Next Gen, players that are getting invited to play in the Indian League overseas. So they're getting exposed, they're getting experience. This is a great place for these players to develop their games and find out if they have what it takes to play at that next level.
I mean, you brought it up, right? So they're getting obviously sponsorships, marketing deals. They're getting on the APP tour and winning. They're also getting signed to India. It's one of the things that we're super passionate about because we're actually negotiating right now. We've increased our broadcast audience this year. So we're not only going to be, broadcasting on our YouTube channels and Pickle TV and Selkirk TV and The Dink and Duper and some international audience that's going to be able to see this top talent from the greatest state for pickleball that we have. And I say that with some more announcements coming around. But it is going to be...
It's the greatest state, period.
Greatest. I'm a native Floridian, Davidson.
You're
speaking my language right there, right? Look, here's how this thing is going to go, okay? So it's a snake draft, which means 1 through 8 we'll pick. And then we'll go 8 through 1, which means that the number 8 will also have the number 9 pick. And we'll reverse order, okay? You've got 2-minute rounds. So each team has got 2 minutes to make their pick. And so what's going to happen is they're going to make their pick. We're going to announce it. We're going to talk about it. And then we might even bring them on camera here and get a little bit of reaction time. So, Davidson, the captains are sitting here listening to us right now. They're all in the green room chopping it up. You've got player parties. I'm already getting text messages, one about how fly I look in the jacket, but also people that are having watch parties waiting to see if their friends and family members are ready to get drafted.
Hey, I was in their position last year. It's nervy. I was excited. I didn't know what I was getting into. And yeah, have your notes out there. You're going to have players that you think you want or that you're targeting, but there's no guarantees they're going to be available for you. So you have to have a backup plan. Then you have to have a backup plan to that backup plan. And then you need another backup plan. So you need to be prepared. You need to have your homework done. Appreciate all the captains and owners and team reps that came to the combine, and they were out there doing their homework. So I think these guys are prepared. And I'm ready for this fun to begin.
Well, and you're the commissioner this year, so you're going to be our enforcer of the league, right? But also, too, is you're there because you have, obviously, institutional knowledge that is second to none, from coaching number ones to being a part of this great sport in many different ways, club management, everything, being able to guide these players is going to be fun. We've added some more stuff to the stops, too. We have minor league pickleball. So you saw it get announced this week. Duper actually is sponsoring a activation that we have at all of our minor league stops. We have minor league at all but one event this year. We're going to kick it off in Punta Gorda, but when we have our stop in Miami, that's the Florida State Championships, baby. We're going to crown a champ and give away a dream ticket to the Nationals for minor league. When we go to Jacksonville, you're going to have the Southeast Regional, where we are going to bring teams from all over the country to compete and play for another dream ticket, and that's going to show who the best of the Southeast is. And this is for amateurs. This is Duper 12, Duper 14, Duper 18, Duper 16, playing the same format that the All Florida Pro League players are playing in all kinds of divisions, right? It's going to be super fun to see.
Listen, being a part of the league last year and, the events that had the the minor league co-hosting at the same time. Everybody loved it. I mean, everybody is playing pickleball and is part of the league loves pickleball. So the more pickleball players that are out there, they're watching the pro matches, they're watching the amateur matches. I mean, everybody takes in every match. And these are fun days. They're fun events. And so I'm glad to hear that 6 of the 7 have the minor league stops, because it just adds that much more energy and excitement to the event.
If you've never played, I'm looking forward to May 9th because I'm actually playing, brother. Because you're working, so I could play. And so we're going to have some fun there. If you've never played team pickleball, it is our most requested. It is also a little bit of the hardest. I love it because we do have a lot of missions around what we do. And one of the things is to really enhance the community. And it does put a little pressure on the fact of who you play with. So if you're good, the good girls go fast and you're out there recruiting. And it makes you open up your doors a little bit and play with some new players, meet some new friends. Vulcan balls, a box, I think it's 100 balls, is the prize for the best dressed award. So if you win best dressed, your whole team is winning a box of brand new Vulcan Pro Flight balls. Okay.
All right. Well, so that'll be exciting. Who gets to vote on those? And we'll
we don't say it's a secret shopper. It's a secret shopper. We pick one of the players and they get to vote. So if you're out there rooting, you got to find a player to vote for you. We also do the best team name. We'll have the radar gun out there for people to win it. And we're going to be teaming up with some nonprofits. When we go to Punta Gorda, it's actually a nonprofit that we're at. The college is a nonprofit. A lot of people don't realize that. Like, membership is like dirt cheap out there. And I saw some stuff come across my desk today that we are ready to have. Ivan is really on board. We're going to do some fun stuff at Pickleplex, man. I hope you're ready for May 9th, man. And then the whole year, we've got stuff lining up to really put that college and do some cool initiatives, man. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Hey, I'm excited for Stop too. I mean, as I said, we've got a new team down in Punta Gorda, Pickleplex. They know how to host events. They've been hosting APP, PPA. They know what they're doing. And then we go to TPC and Sarasota, beautiful indoor facility. Sarasota Manatees, new ownership, moved their team there, so that's where they'll be playing out of. So very exciting spots to go play and watch pickleball. So all these guys will be out there playing, but plenty of spectators, fans to bring out and enjoy pickleball for the day.
I got a fun story about TPC, right? The Pickleball Club. So new owner, Matt Lund, right, sends me a text message. They put a giant mural on the championship court of the Sarasota Manatees logo. I mean, this thing is ginormous.
I loved it. I loved it. It reminded me of my college coaching tennis days. I mean, you walk in and it's branded, and that's your team, and that's what you're protecting. That's what you're representing. Yeah, I think we all thought that was just a great thing to see. Nice job. Well done, Matt.
About 6 hours later, I get a text message of somebody taking a picture and a selfie in front of the Sarasota Manatees mural that was playing there, going, holy crap, man, this is amazing. We're coming. I'm like, oh, here we go. It's been an absolutely eventful week, bud.
All right. Hey, when do you think we should start this draft?
Well, that was going to be my next point, dude. I was like, hey, how do you feel? Commish. First year commish. I'll let you say it, brother. I've done it the past 2 years. You get to say it. Announce who's on the clock, brother.
I wanted to say one more thing about our stops.
Here we go.
So there's pressure with this with this draft this year, because Stop 1 has the top 4 picks facing off against each other in Punta Gorda. So if you know who our top 4 picks are, it starts off with Sarasota, goes to St. Pete, Punta Gorda, and then O-Town. Those are the top 4. That's the picking order. And they are in the pool facing off against each other in Punta Gorda. So that is going to be a statement day to kind of represent and see who's coming out on top as the top picks. I'm excited for that one.
You know, it's almost like we can set some drama to start the table, huh?
Yeah, it sounds a little scripted, but it was not. But it's exciting, and we'll see it. All right, so listen, hey, Sarasota Manatees, first pick. They're on the clock. They have 2 minutes. We'll see if Matt needs the full 2 minutes. And Matt, you're on the clock. Let's go.
I mean, we did it on the live stream, right? We kind of know what's going on, right? We're gonna see if he slow rolls it and makes us talk for 2 minutes.
I don't know.
And,
He put a message out saying, "Hey, I put a little spiel about BK. BK knows how to win." We'll see
there ain't
what,
a
see what Matt
shot
goes
he's
with.
not taking Adeline.
All
There
right,
ain't
here
no
we go.
shot.
Sarasota Manatees on the clock.
Yeah, oh man, so this is gonna be exciting. We're gonna see what happens, right? What is it? Is it alphabetical? No. All right, there she is. All right, so Matt, pick. Pick. There we go. So it's a lot of fun here. And you can check out all the stops on PB Pro Leagues. We have something there for every stop and register. If you have any issues, let us know. We're actually going to be the first ever tournament team. Oh, the pick is in. We're going to be the first ever tournament team on pickleball.com, pickleball brackets, to run a team tournament. Here we go. The number one pick of the All Florida Pro League season 3 is Adeline Lund. There she is, Adeline Lund, the number one pick from Matt Lund. If you notice, that is his daughter.
Well, congratulations, Addie. Congratulations, Matt. That's a very smart first pick for a number of reasons, and mostly because that's a tremendous player, and probably was likely to go number one regardless of who was taking that first pick. So congratulations that Matt keep his daughter close to home.
All right, let's get Matt up here on the screen real quick. Talk to him about his first pick and what went into that, so that we can get his thoughts on the number one overall pick and how much pressure went into that. Matt, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing well. This is exciting.
Yeah? So are you in the house right now?
I'm actually in a hotel room. We're in Orlando, so.
Nice. So you picked Adeline, your daughter there, but there was some pressure that went around to this because if you didn't have that number one overall pick, you were not guaranteed to get her. How much excitement went through your brain when you got that number one overall pick?
Yeah, when I saw the number one pick come up for the Manatees, it was very exciting. For me, I've got a few different thought processes through this draft, and I definitely am looking for someone like Addie, regardless of my daughter or not. And Davidson, I appreciate the compliment. I'm very proud of her, what she's done and what she's accomplished. But she's a solid player. She'll be a huge compliment onto any team, but I think she'll be a leader on our team. And for me, she was just a no-brainer to go with. And so I was excited about it. And I think we're already off to a good start.
I think you're off to an incredible start. There's pick number 2 is in. Matt, I'm going to send you back to the green room because we got pick number 2 right in here.
All right. So
do you see this one, Davidson?
With the second draft, with the second draft and the pick, the St. Pete Icebergs take Camden Bradstreet.
Camden Bradstreet.
Camden is a familiar player to the league. Go ahead, David.
No, that's the St. Pete Icebergs. That's Bruce picking a little bit of local there, right? But Camden was a first-round pick last year for the O-Town Bangers for another captain that we have here, Jay Evans, who's here again, right? Picked him first. It was a little questionable that year. I think this year, no-brainer on Camden.
Well, Camden plays, and there's not a money ball or a tournament that he is not entered and going to play. It doesn't matter the time of day, time of night, the weather. This guy is a gamer and wants to play. It's a smart pick. The guy just eats, breathes, lives pickleball. So if I'm creating a team anywhere, this guy is going to be considered to be a member of it.
Nice. All right, cool. Let's pull Bruce in here to talk about his first pick quickly, because I know these owners are gonna start filling these draft boards really fast. Bruce, what's up, buddy?
Oh man, I'm excited. To be able to pick Camden on the first draft. One of my homeboys. He literally lives 5 minutes from me. I was there when he first got into the sport, and we were helping him, and now he's helping me. But anyway, it's exciting to be able to pick Camden, a local boy. Like you said, though, he's proven himself, and I knew if I didn't have the second round pick, I'm lucky, blessed to have this high a pick. I knew he was going to be gone in third, or it's definitely by fourth round pick. So Yeah, I'm really lucky to have him.
All right, Bruce. We're going to be looking forward to seeing what happens and what you can do with Camden. We got more picks rolling in, but I know you're looking to get off that schneid that you had last year and get back into the playoffs, brother. All right, good luck here. I'll let you get to looking for round number 2. Hey, listen, these captains are flowing here. Pick number 3 is in. The Punta Gorda Tide have selected a standout performer at the Combine, Ariel Neely, out of Orlando, Florida, a former D1 tennis player for Louisville. The new Punta Gorda Tide have taken an absolute stud at the Combine.
This is one of those hidden gems. And you weren't going to be aware of this pick and this player unless you came and did your homework and spent time at the Combine. And that's why the Combine is such an important piece for these players and their captains when they're choosing their players and forming their teams. I think the thing that impressed me most about her through the day is she didn't take breaks. She wanted to play all day long. You know, they would play, get a game in, come back, and she's ready to go. Just the paddle just kept going back and forth. Yeah, and yeah, I mentioned that about Camden. I just love the players that love to play, and it doesn't matter. She was ready to go. College tennis background, so you know she's been competing her entire life. So again, they've got a competitor and they've got somebody that loves to play.
Absolutely incredible. All right, let's pull Ivan in here because I want to hear what went into this, because there was some talks of about 4 different players that he could choose from. Not Bruce. Oh, we got a picture in the back. Look at that. Ivan,
not my dogs.
What's going on, y'all? How you doing?
Doing good. Yeah, we're excited about Ariel coming on board. We sent actually some young talent and veteran pro from Pickleplex up to the Combine for us, and both of them unanimously said that Ariel just ruled the courts that day. And if we had the opportunity, we had to jump on her. So we're excited to meet her, excited to get her on board.
I mean, she definitely put on a show, and she was, I mean, you could tell that she was working. I had a chance to chop it up with her a little bit off the courts and get to know her a little bit. This is going to also be, this is a character pick, right? Like, she is dedicated. I love the fact that the first 3 picks of the draft, everybody is full-time pickle. Full-time pickle. No, other jobs. They are dedicated. Her goal is to get to the next level fast. And so obviously knowing some of your initiatives and how much community service, she's going to fit right in, man. So welcome to the league, brother. Welcome to the league.
Go Tide.
Sharon, all right, you too. I know you're right there. All right, so here we go. O-Town. This is a fun one. I'm not saying his name. That's BK, baby. You talked about him, Davidson.
I did. I think this is a brilliant pick. I don't know how this guy slipped to pick 4. Again, I know some captains, owners were having some other issues or needs, desires they were trying to fill. But this guy's a winner. And I love to see. I can't wait to see what Jay can, what talent he puts around him, because this guy can lead teams to victory, championships.
Well, there's very few times when you pick local. Sometimes you kind of maybe sacrifice a couple of things here and there. Now you've got a 2-time champ in his hometown representing O-Town. You want to talk about fired up, and hey, a 2-time champ not being the number 1 pick, not being the number 2, not being in that top 3 spot is definitely going to fire up BK. But one of the things about that, and we're going to ask Jay, bring Jay on here because I got a question for him. We're going to ask him really quick, Jay. You got BK. We know the 2-time champ mattered. We know you guys know each other well, but he's missing a couple of stops. How much did that go into your picking?
Yeah, I think anyone who remembers my draft strategy last year, it was very much go with my gut. No matter how much other things might try to tell me that it might not be the right pick. And I feel like it worked pretty well last year. I'd say missing stops, obviously it hurts, but I think you build a good team. The team rallies when a player's out. I mean, I definitely learned that last year with a couple of my players. So ultimately, at the end of the day, BK's won this thing back-to-back years, the opportunity to play for his hometown team. I think him and I have a pretty good rapport, and I think we both already have a pretty good amount of trust in each other, and we're gonna build something exciting here.
It's going to be fun to watch. Jay, welcome back to the league. I hope you do well. I know second place wasn't quite what you wanted, but that was a tough GMV team. You guys made a super run in the playoffs, so that was good. Thanks, Jay.
Looking forward to it.
All right, Davison. What do we got? All right, so here we go. The Jacksonville Ballers with pick number 5 take Alexa Quintanilla, out of the Maryland area, brand new to the Florida scene and already making an impact and being drafted in the first round. Alexa, she did have to leave the combine a little early, so maybe some of these top draft picks, she didn't get seen. I'm not sure. But Alexa goes to the Ballers. Thoughts on that, Davidson?
Yeah, the short amount of time she was there, she definitely made an impression. People to the day kept asking, because you could set up matches, you could request players to go watch, and that name kept coming up that people were wanting to check her out. So whatever she was doing, she did a good job, and it looks like Jacksonville did their homework there.
There's not a lot of local information on her. She just moved down to South Florida for pickleball. She has a business that allows her to be a little mobile, but graphics there. What are you doing? Producer Chris having a tough time back there. So we have all of the things from Alexa being able to make for a really solid team. Let's pull Ted in real quick. I know he loves talking, but we're going to do this one quick because we got more picks coming in. Alexa, last year you went hyper local. This is a South Florida girl. You're going away from the grain a little bit. What went into this pick?
If you know, you know. She was my first pick all over. Tried to make all these trades with all these other teams, but everybody else did what they thought was right for their team, and we wanted her number one. I had my captain down there, Charlotte, scouting it all out, and this was our number one pick overall, and we got her. So we will build the team around her with the guys and girls that we get, and we'll go from there.
I mean, that's a great pickup at number 5, man. And we're looking forward to the Southeast Regional for minor league. I know you're going to want to play in that one and represent the hub when we go there, man. All right, I'll let you get back to picking here. All right, the GMV Chomp are now on the board, and they haven't put in. They got one more minute left here on their things. Thanks, Ted.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so we got the GMV Chomp. Oh, and the pick is in.
Ava.
And so here we go. We've got the GMV Chomp. The pick is in. The former champs. Let's see what Krishan is going to do. They take Ava Pissakrita. Ava, Ted, get off the screen. What are you doing? All right, here we go. I'm just messing with you, bud. Ava Pissakrita goes number 1 overall to the GMV Chomp. You know Ava. She played last year, bud.
Yeah, no, I think this is a smart pick, and there's different formulas, theories on building your team, and it looks like a lot of these captains are trying to fill their spots, their first pick with a strong female player. I think it's a very smart pick. Ava was an exciting player to watch in the league last year, and her development from week 1, stop 1, to the season-ending finals was fantastic. So that was a lot of fun to witness.
Can I tell you, this is one of my favorite picks right here. Last year, she was one of the people that but she went undrafted last year, and then she came in for the Lakeland stop and actually played for Lakeland and absolutely put on a show. If you do not get drafted today, all right, and we're going to bring Kishan on here to talk about Ava, bring her on. If you do not get drafted today, do not give up. If there's any advice I can give these players, we had 2 or 3 players last year come on as subs and absolutely tear it up and stay on teams. Like, they got picked up by other teams because of how well they perform. Krishan, your first year, you're chomping it up. You're dealing with the champions. You're taking them over. Ava Pisacreta is your first one. What went into that decision?
Well, when we first saw her, we had her, kind of in a group of others that we were very interested in. And then as the combine continued on, she just started soaring up the list to the top. Loved her fight, loved her grit. She's got great athleticism. We think she can pretty much partner and play with anybody. She's got all the aspects to the game. She has a great attitude. We just love this pick a lot, and we can't wait to continue to build a team around her and with her and bring out the best in her, just like she's going to do that with her partners. We're chomping at the bit about this one.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Right? I love it. All right, I'll let you get back. I know you got a long list of people that you've got on your radar, and it's going to come quick here. And we got the Miami Blaze are now on the clock, and I believe they have their pick in. All right, so let's take a look here. Miami Blaze taking Jake Bauer.
Ooh.
Jake Bauer, number 1 for the Miami Blaze. The South Florida now residing. That's funny because he actually is a UF out of Gainesville boy. Played for the UF pickleball team.
Yeah, I think in one of my mock drafts, I was picking him to be picked up by the Chomp and thought that would be a nice addition for their squad. But yeah, Jake's another great player. I mean, you look at his duper alone. This guy can ball in doubles, and it'll be great to see him. And I know he's been competing in the collegiate events and really putting on a show and gaining tons of experience there. So great to have Jake with the Miami Blaze.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about a winner, right? We have a fun story. He actually beat Dusty Boyer in singles. One of the things that matters is singles, right? So being able to do that. Then
and everybody knows Dusty Boyer just won the men's pro singles. So if Jake can play. So Jake will be putting on a show during and everybody put those eyes on Jake during the Dream Breakers. You got a singles player there.
There we go. All right, so we got Mark and Jason here, the Miami Blaze cohort coming in. What went into picking Jake Bauer first with your overall selection?
I mean, we're looking for guys that have upside potential and that are putting in the work, and I know he is. He's in the right community of players. He's got a track record with college, and the guy's been around and he's performed, and we believe in him. Let's go.
I mean, Mark, you didn't have a chance. This is your first season. What are you looking forward to in heading up the Miami Blaze?
Oh, I'm totally pumped here. I mean, these players are solid. We put together a premium list, and I was pumped to see that he was right on there. So this is looking good for us.
That's good stuff. You have a winner, and you have a World Cup champion. So Jake Bauer actually led the United States at the World Cup and brought them home to gold in the pro division, not in some rinky-dink thing. Overall out there. So you've got a winner right there. Congratulations, fellas. Looking to see what you do the rest of the draft. The Lakeland Palms have been deciding, and that one is in right now. Lakeland Palms going to have a back-to-back. Check it out. They take Michael Shaw out of Jacksonville, Florida. They call him Gold Medal Shaw right now. He's winning everything under the sun. Everything under the sun. Nate, what are you thinking taking Michael Shaw first round, baby?
I can't believe this guy was still here. I was sitting here the whole time, and I was like telling Dave there was no way he was still going to be around. He just looked so good and seemed like such a nice guy, and everybody's been very impressed with his play. So we're pumped to have him.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be a fun one, man. All right, this is your third season with us, right? Out of Lakeland, you've got to stop. Is there anything in this season that you see you're looking forward to that's been different from season 1 and season 2?
There's just so many new players. I have no idea what is going to happen this year. In the past years, I felt like I had some idea. I had played against a lot of the players and knew a lot of the players, and so I had some kind of idea of where things were going based on how the draft went. This year, I feel like we're going in blind. The first few stops are going to be really exciting.
They sure are, man. And I'm looking forward to seeing, what season 3 does for the Palms. I know that, the first year you squeaked into the playoffs. The last year you made it in and kind of lost it there towards the end. And this year might be your year. Now, we're going to take a little break. we're going to show some commercials, some of our sponsors here, because Lakeland actually has the next pick, and he needs his 2 minutes to be able to make that. So, Nate, want to thank you for jumping on here, and we're going to come back with the Lakeland Palms pick when we return.
Let's go.
The Dwell 40 is the official ball of the All Florida Pro League. Dwell offers high-performance paddles, sleek bags, and everything you need to elevate your game. Choose between the warm or cold ball for consistent play in any conditions. Visit dwellpickleball.com and use code ALLFLORIDA for a discount.
All right, there we go. Check it out here. I want to welcome our newest partner to the telecast here, Jamie from ATP Apparel. What's going on, brother?
How are you guys?
I'm good, man. How's it going with you? What do you think so far of the draft?
Oh my gosh, I love it. This is like better than watching the NFL, baby.
We don't even know who that is anymore. They're
That's
on
right.
our back radar.
ESPN is going to be contacting you guys to do this. This is awesome. I love the excitement around this. I'm very, very grateful to be a part of what you guys are doing.
And so you're now the official apparel partner for the All Florida Pro League. What does that mean to you? Tell us a little bit about ATP.
You know, I founded this because, you know, we're all buying different athletic wear, generic, whatever, a lot of good stuff out there. And I wanted something that was made by pickleballers for pickleballers. And I've been a diehard pickleballer for 5 years now, totally addicted. And, you know, I said, there's a gap in the market. We need to make some really cool, functional, fun, awesome fashion for guys and girls, and came up with a name one day in my kitchen around the post. And here we are. So again, just really, really grateful to have the opportunity to work with all of you.
All right. And they're going to be able to get, you got jerseys. I saw some mock-ups come through for some cool stuff that we're going to be launching, some limited edition stuff maybe later on in the season for some of these teams. And then the players, they're also going to have the opportunity. One of the things that we're big on is being able to promote these players as professionals in the sport, both off the court. And they're going to get some opportunities if they're getting drafted to really help and be a part of the ATP team and, you know, kind of do some cool stuff, right?
Oh yeah, we can't wait to showcase so many of your players and the whole league, everything you guys are doing. And we're gonna come up with some great fashionable things that really function well on the court, off the court. We're gonna have, you know, stuff they can travel with. It's gonna be a great collection for all of us.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate you coming on, man. Looking forward to a lot of collaboration and having some fun. And, you know, that green room back there is getting pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, you guys are killing it tonight, and I'm excited. And again, thanks so much. I'm super, super pumped to be a part of it.
Yeah, man. All right, brother. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah.
I mean, first round wrapping up. Pretty exciting. Is what you thought it would be, Davidson? Well, we got your mock draft. That thing was terrible. But like, what did you think of that first round?
We can match our mock drafts up anytime. I think we all expected what was going to happen in 1 and 2. I think.
Yeah.
Starting with pick 3, a little bit. I was a little bit surprised there, honestly. You know, we've got a great player down in that area, in that region, and Noah Waddell. So I was a little bit surprised there, but look, teams have their own philosophy on how they want to build, and
yep.
And I think they made a great choice there. You listen to the reasoning, and it all makes sense as we go down the list. I know Lakeland, you know, the other night when they ended up with the 8th pick, he said, "Hey, that's right where we want to be." He can still, you know, nail a top player in the first round, and now he leads off round 2, and so he's got you know, he's got a statement pick here, and I think it is it on the board? Did I just hear a bell?
Yeah, man, they did. They just put it in there, bud. You can see here, Sherry Ann Ricardo, a little hometown hero, going off the board. to the Lakeland Palms. So they go guy girl, right? Maybe they're looking at a mixed matchup here. You know, this second round is going to be pretty interesting to see if the run of talent for girls just starts to streamroll, right? So Lakeland goes girl. Miami is on the clock. Let's see what they do. That pick is in right now. It's going to start to roll here. Here we go. Look at this.
Oh.
What'd you say, Utu there, Davidson?
No, I think that's a great pick. I mean, Ellie was a delight at the combine. And again, one of these players that just wanted to be on the court, and I also thought was extremely engaging to everybody that was there. And, you know, we kept talking about, like, it's your time to make your mark. And I think she did. And here she is as a you know, second pick in the second round, but filling out that squad. I think that's a smart pick. It looks great on paper, but you know, when you meet her and spend time with her, it makes even more sense.
Ellie Skingley, like, she's played every season, right? She had a good run in season 1, but then actually had a great run in the finals for the O-Town Bangers. Was a rock right there. I know that she has got a paddle in her hand every single day. She's going to be on the Miami Blaze in Orlando. If they make the finals, that's where at Central Winds, her home park where she teaches. She's going to be representing the Miami Blaze if they make the playoffs. That should be interesting.
Yeah.
Right. So we got GNV is on the block right now after Ellie was taken. What are you seeing here?
For the next pick?
Yeah, what do you think so far of round number 2 coming around?
Well, it looks like people are trying to get their mixed pair set. We have yet to see a guy or a girl. I'm thinking we'll see a little bit of the same moving through this second round.
I think so too. I think that we already have 2 girls on the docket here. I think we got a guy coming up that we might see here get picked, because GNV, right? They have Ava. Who are they going to put with her? And it's in. Here we
All right,
go.
man. Okay. You know, sometimes I'm not sure what to say, or, you know, when you're going to call on me, but I love this pick. This kid's got energy. He's got talent. He will be a great partner for somebody on that team, because he can cover a lot of ground if he's needed. He can take over a court if it's needed. But he's also smart enough and been around the game enough to know a role. So if it's needed, he can do it. If it's not, he can sit back and be a patient partner player as well. He's also a left.
Waddell, historic name in the sport, right? I got a chance to watch him play actually at one of your events at Dill Diggers, and got a chance to watch him play. He actually faced Martin one time as well when I was at the fort, but I had the pleasure of meeting his dad. And that to me was like, man, I'm looking forward to seeing him out there. You know, Barry Waddell, a historic player in our sport, one of the top players. When I first started playing, I remember seeing him down at Fort Myers playing at Tennis and Pickle, the only indoor court in the world at the time, and watching him chop it up with Scott Golden and Kyle Yates, and Simone would get on there, and Eden Lika and all those guys.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
Barry
Waddell's a legend of the game. And so, you know, just you know, with his son becoming a part of the league, I think this is a great addition for everybody. And the more we can see of the big bear out there, that'll be even better. So I'm excited that Noah's in the league. It's a great pickup for Gainesville. And we got another bell ringing.
We got the Ballers, the Jacksonville Ballers here.
Oh, wow. Okay. New philosophy right there.
I mean, here you go. The Jacksonville Ballers taking Alyssa Balicki, right? It's funny because you just watched GNV pass up on like 2 Gainesville people, and Jacksonville just snagged one of them as the girl, the second girl. So we see it for the first time. The Jacksonville Ballers go girl.
Again, I can't argue with the move. You know, if you have talent, and sometimes, you know, people would say that when Jamie was just talking about the NFL draft, and we're having more fun and more exciting than the NFL draft. But a lot of those when you hear discussions on that is don't pick a position, just pick a player. Go get the best player that's available, and you'll figure it out after that. And that looks like what Jacksonville's doing right now. They're trying to find the best players, and they're going to go get the best players, and they're looking for the best females that are available for them to build their team. And
so
I'm interested to see how this plays out for them.
O-Town's on the clock right now, but something fun that I think happened that was well designed by the team here at All Florida Pro League is we did this new thing called the Florida Pro-Am Circuit. It was designed as an off-season for recruiting. And what it did, we had pros, we had amateurs, we had tons of fun like we always do, but it was just a celebration of pickleball happening on the courts, but also an opportunity for the people that were applying or going to apply or trying to be a pro hopeful, put them on camera. And she played a really good, solid game in Jacksonville at the Hub and got a chance to see what that looked like. So really strong pick and really kind of did what I think that's what the Pro-Am circuit was all about. Amateurs were winning titles, but we saw some new faces come into the pro game. So that was fun. We're doing it again this year, too. We're going to be having the whole entire off season. All right, O-Town. O-Town, here you go.
Oh, wow. Mia Turskany.
Mia Turskany.
Yeah, I think this is a great pickup. And if anybody remembers season 2 finals, she came in as a sub. And, really, I don't want to say was instrumental, but was a key. I mean, they were points. What was that? A dream breaker, 25-23 in the finals. And that team, and she came in as a sub that day for an incredible player. I think she was subbing in for Jada Bowie. And
she was.
She did her part and even more. And I think on that day, better than Jada would have been doing. I mean, they almost pulled that thing off. And I was extremely impressed with her play that day. It was great to see her in the combine and not taking the draft for granted. She put on the show at the combine. I think she was the highest rated player coming out of the combine. This girl can play. She loves it. So nice pick, O-Town.
I mean, so O-Town, she's going back. That's great. We don't have to buy another jersey. But no, I think she actually had on Jada's. The funny part is she actually beat BK in the finals of the Florida Pro-Am circuit in Jacksonville with Camden. So she's going to be facing off against somebody. Here we go. Punta Gorda Tide selected Savannah Ullman. The St. Augustine native is going down to the rising tide. She was a good one to watch. Another Florida Pro-Am player being selected here, Davidson.
Yeah, I like the pick. And Punta Gorda is building up their women's side. So that's interesting to see. I made a comment after the second pick of the second round that I think most of these teams will be filling out their male-female spot, but they're going with the female, and we'll see now who they fill those guy spots in with. Very solid duper, great results. Another great addition to that team, and I'll probably say this about every single player that comes on here. Just a joy during the combine. Really happy to see these players being picked up. Really happy that we got to meet them and know them during the combine and have them all a part of the league. But I'll keep saying that over and over again. It was fun stuff, man.
I mean, you're talking about a grinder. She's a grinder. They're definitely going to do some good work. Also works in the sport, right? So Savannah does some stuff in pickleball. I love that the entire first round, second round coming in, all pickleball, baby. Even if they have some, Alyssa has a job outside, but it's only a few days and is fully committed. Talking to her, one of the things was she is committed to travel. She is committed to grinding to get better. And I think that there's some upside on a lot of these picks coming up that will be really good. And this one that the Icebergs just put in is going to be one to watch. The Icebergs. Sophia Manzanares goes off the board in the second round. Sophia, one of the higher dupers, right, goes off the board to the St. Pete Icebergs, and she's going to be teamed up with Camden Bradstreet.
I think it's a great pick. I've been able to watch Sophia over the last year, kind of starting and getting her pickleball career going. She is definitely on a trending upward. I think she might have been the most requested player to watch at the combine. People wanted to get a look at her, and looks like Bruce watched her a little bit and made a smart choice here and putting her together with Camden.
I mean, and you're talking about some youth right there. Sophia, part of the college conglomerate, right, out of the UCF college pickleball team. Got a chance to watch her there. So that's really fun, watching Sophia go off the board here in round number 2. So Sophia goes, and that gives St. Pete.
I have a note that she was also part of that Team USA World Cup champion team.
She was, man. It's some good stuff right there. I mean,
yeah.
You're seeing, hey, shout out to Kyle Yates right there for coaching them up and getting them ready, and Steve Rose for orchestrating that whole, USA in the World Cup won the juniors, the pros, and the senior division.
Go USA.
Go USA. There we go. Go USA. All right, the Sarasota Manatees have waited patiently. They are going to be a little back-to-back action here, but they've got to get their second-round pick in, and we're going to see what they do to complement Adeline, who, is coached at the – if you go to TPC and you are playing against a TPC player, you got to be ready to dink your brains out. And look at this. Here we go. The Sarasota Manatees select Miles Call, baby. I am going to homer this one a little bit here, Davidson. Miles Call, the captain of the UNF, the Osprey Pickleballer, the team that I love. And, I mean, we were in meetings today talking about what we're doing for the future, and Miles been leading them. This is a character pick and a phenomenal player.
I didn't know Miles before the combine. Got to watch him play and show off some skills a little bit, and very, very impressed. And feel this player's got a huge upside to him.
I mean, yeah, this is definitely like he is geared up, ready to go. He's competitive. I just, you have now. We're gonna get through. We're going to take a commercial break real quick, but we're going to see in round 3, Sarasota's going to lead us off. Now's where you start getting into chemistry. Now's where you start putting your team together. You got to look at your first 2 picks. Who plays good together? You're like you said, do you just go after the best, or are you going after that locker room pick that we're going to have? We're going to see what Matt does real quick when we come back after this commercial. My phone has been blowing up for like the past hour and a half, David. I don't know about yours, but there has been some exciting stuff that has
I don't know what blowing up means, but I just looked at my phone during the commercial break and I had 46 text messages. So
that's blowing up, bud. That's blowing up. That means that you are really popular right now, and people are probably looking at you and going,
I think they want to know what's going on with this draft, and it's good stuff, man. Having a lot of fun with it.
It is, man. It's super fun. Listen, we are going to get Matt back on here. He's on the clock right now. When he makes his pick, we're going to bring him on because there's going to be some fun stuff to talk about in regards to how he's shaping up his team, but also some really cool stuff that the Pickleball Club's been working on. I mean, if you have two guys right now, right? There he is. What's up, buddy? You're getting dark in that hotel room, my man.
Sorry.
You're good. You're good.
Sunsetting.
You're good. All right. So, hey, all right. You're the host of Stop Number 2. We've got a really cool minor league, but you've been doing some improvements to the pickleball club, building it up into like the conglomerate that it is today, taking over that Sarasota pickleball scene. Give us a little bit of info on what what you've been doing over there at the pickleball club at Stop Number 2.
Yeah, when we took over the building last year and reopened, we had an opportunity to look at really what we need to do to service the pickleball industry and really just the community that we're in. And so the idea behind it was we can't just be a place that people come play. We needed to be a place that people could grow and thrive. And so we decided to build out an indoor gym area so we can do a lot of exercise classes. On the outside area, we're actually putting a full sports training, athletic training center. We also put in a wellness and recovery center with red light therapy, hydro massage bed, cryo lounges, massage chairs. And it's obviously helping players that when they are playing hard and they are working out, helping their body recover from injuries or anything else that's going on with their body. And so we want to be a full service center for all of our athletes that come through our facility. We also implemented a lot of new programs around the youth. So a lot of the youth development, getting these kids that are 8, 9, 10 years old and getting them started in the game. I have a 10 and 12-year-old. They're phenomenal players as well. And, we want to help these future athletes grow into these pros. And so we want to be a place that we can train their spirit, mind, and body all together and start them from a young age and get them going all the way up through their teenage years and young adult years.
And so let me know here kind of what the team and what you're going to be doing, because we're doing a few things, right? We have the minor league where amateurs are going to go and, dress funny, but beat each other up in some competition, right? And have some fun. But we're also got some college stops coming. That's going to be a lot of fun in that age group, some charity doubles tournaments. What does it mean to have now the Sarasota Manatees in their home be at TPC?
Well, I think it's a big piece for our community that we're in is that people can see some true talent. They can be a part of something much bigger than just a regular pickup game. We start bringing in these other tournaments and these other leagues. They get to play in one of the best indoor facilities in the country. It's a beautiful facility, and so it's just exciting to see what's happening in pickleball and in the game just in general.
Yeah, man, and you're a good part of it. All right, I know you've been fretting over this third round pick that you're about to have, so appreciate your time there, Matt. Looking forward to Stop Number 2 when we go there on June 6th to be able to have some fun, and I know there might be some Friday night shenanigans too, so looking forward to hanging out and chopping it up, but I'll let you get back to making that pick, see what you do here to start us off for round number 3. I mean, Davison, does it get any better than that right there? Like, you got an owner building something great, acquires a team, and is going to use it to the full. But these players are going to have an absolute blast because they're going to have every resource possible going to their stuff. Oh, here we go.
And look, that's a great pick. And I like this pick a lot for the mere fact that, not all these players get to be in their hometown and spend time, or their home team, and spend time with their coaches. And right there, Christian gets to join Addie and their captain and their coach and their dad. And he can keep working on them and be really hands-on with their development here. I was lucky during last year's season. 3 of the 4 players that we had on our team were players I was already coaching full-time and working with. So I felt very fortunate and lucky to be able to spend time with them during the competitive part of the season. And I'm sure Matt is feeling the exact same way. And I just like it for the development of pickleball players. I think that that's what we're here for. We want to develop them, and this is a smart way to do it.
We all had that pick at a 3rd, 4th round for sure. Like, that was a 3rd, 4th round pick. We knew Christian was going to go off the board at some point. He dropped. I think that Matt, knowing that he has to wait a long time for that next round, wanted to go and take him off. He's got the chemistry. He's got what are they going to do? Say no to him? Like, get grounded, right? But no, he's got chemistry. He's got good talent. They're competing at the qualifier level and beating some former All Florida Pro League talent. So it's one of those things where this was going to happen one way or the other, and he definitely.
Well, hey, look, I mean, Matt had the last pick of round 2 and the first pick of round 3. Christian easily could have been a round 2 pick. But he took Miles there, but he could have flip-flopped them and took them in a different order. So Christian's got the talent to be a round 2 player. And, he slipped a little bit just for decision-making into round 3, but great pick. He's going to build a strong team.
I think that if I'm Adeline, I'm not letting Christian live it down ever that I got picked ahead of him. But that's another story. All right, St. Pete has their pick in. Check it out. Steven Pressler, another Florida Pro-Am player going off the board. The Jacksonville constituents have made a huge impact in this draft already. I mean, you're talking about.
I'm surprised this guy. I'm surprised this guy was still available. I mean, you just look at a duper number, and it's one of the highest that was in the combine and available in this league. I mean, to get a player of that level of experience in the 3rd round.
Full-time pickle. Steven is full-time pickle. I mean, listen, guys, if I could show you to all the thousands of people watching right now, if you could look at the chat right now, Punta Gorda's writing novels for their picks. It's incredible. All right, here we go. The Punta Gorda Tide select Nico Alameda is going off the board to the Punta Gorda Tide. That is going to be a fun one. So you're kind of seeing how their team is shaping up. They have the girls. Now they're starting to get into the guys. He has some great wins on both tours. Both tours. Him falling down to round number 3 just came down to, I mean, he's a guy.
No, I'm thinking if he was on their draft board and they were looking at him, he could have been a 1st or 2nd round pick as well. Punta Gorda had a strategy here where they wanted to build their team with some strong female players and then fill in the men. They're lucky Nico was still available, but again, he could have been a 1st or a 2nd round pick right there. And for him, congrats! You're the first guy picked up by Punta Gorda, so that's something to be said.
I mean, he's definitely going to show out. And also, you're looking at singles right there going, okay, here we go. Great singles player. O-Town just put their pick in. O-Town starting to round out these teams. And now we're starting to see the South Florida fellas start to come off the board. Emmanuel Dixon comes off the board, was not at the combine.
He was not at the combine. And we missed out on that because Emmanuel is a showman. He is going to get the clicks. He's going to get the attention. This guy is talent. You never know what shot this guy's going to hit. He's lefty. He's super flexible. He's moving around the court. He can play behind the back, between the legs. He's got it all. So if you're around a match that O-Town's playing, you better put your eyes on Emmanuel and don't look away. You never know what exciting thing this guy's going to pull off.
I love the fact that we are getting to the point where we went like all the girls. Now you're starting to see all the guys go off the board. All the guys are starting to go off the board here. So that's going to be a lot of fun. We'll see what the Ballers do. I think they're putting their pick in now, and we're going to see what happens. Last year they went local. So we're going to see they don't have any quite local. Gainesville is a little bit local. So we'll see what they do here with their pick. They need a guy, and there you have it. There you have it right there. You see it. Jared Cohen, the Jacksonville native, goes off the board to the Ballers.
Well, we knew they had to pick a guy.
Yep.
and the fact that somebody like Jared Cohen, and I was speaking of, in the last round with Emmanuel and these players still being available. I mean, there's talent here, and to get a player of this level to fill in, and accommodate and play with the 2 women that they're picked up. They're lucky to have Jared on that squad.
I mean, that's going to be a good pick. The lefty going off the board right there. He teaches at the hub, right? But he's been putting a spanking on some of those young fellas down there. So Jared Cohen going off the board is not for the faint of heart, man. Like, you're talking about, he might not play in the qualifiers yet. He might not do those things, but he is putting a spanking on these boys during these money balls. I've watched it firsthand. I watched it. I watched him I think he went 5-0 against somebody the other day. And he can play singles. Fast, spark, lefty, going with Alexa might be good.
Oh, do we get another pick? Do we need to get another pick in there, David?
GNV Chomp are on the board here. We'll see what Krishan does with her 3rd overall pick, right? See what they've got. See who they pick. It's going to be an interesting one because GNV, right? Are they going to go young? Are they going to go to a little bit more seasoned? How are they going to start? Krishan knows the team game really well. She plays on what's now CSP. She plays in that. She's played in some other team environments. So it's going to be, and there you go, right? So she's put the pick in. So we're going to see what happens with this pick. But she knows team pickleball. She knows team pickleball.
Hey, I know JJ, young kid. I don't know if he was the youngest in the combine or not. I'll defer to you on that. Not the highest duper rated player, but talented. Looks like he studies the game. He kind of can mimic anybody's shot out there. And I know he's picked up some Moneyball wins recently, so he's developing as a player. And I like the young talent. I like being able for these captains, these coaches to spend time with young players and somewhat mold them into what they want to get out of them and their team. And that's much easier to do when the younger they are, it seems. So smart pick for them. And JJ's got the upside, and we'll see if he keeps on that upward path right now.
I mean, you know, one of my favorite things in the world that I'm going to be looking for is when they face that O-Town Bangers team, and he's got to face off against his sister. And, you know, last year we saw, you know, these captains put some emotion into their mixed doubles or single strategy. We actually saw a couple of times where guy had to face his girlfriend in singles, threw him through the ringer a little bit. So these captains are no joke, man. We get after it here. You know, the Blaze are on the clock. But, and you know, it's funny to see what happens during the season. And now when you've got a dynamic like that, you know, what's going to go on, you know? So it's
the thing is, not everybody knew that was a boyfriend girlfriend situation. But everybody knows this is a brother sister. So we definitely will be looking for their matchups.
Yeah, it's going to be one for the ages. You know, the GMV Chomp going young, right? There's some stops. So one of the things is conditioning. You know, some of the things that gets overlooked is everybody can talk about the forehand drive. They can talk about the, you know, your backhand cross-court dinks. What some of these players have a tough time with, especially May 9th in the heat next to the lake at Punta Gorda, you got to make sure that you're condition ready. And young JJ, man, he can run for hours in that sun.
No, that's a great point. And a lot of times that's what these days are about. They're long days, they're competitive days, they're emotional days, which is taxing. So you have to be fit and ready to, you know, play at that level for an entire day, especially if you want to, you know, win your pool and move into the finals, which, you know, can make that into a 12 or a 13-hour day.
Yeah, if you're making the finals, so I don't know if a lot of people quite understand what that means. So we have 2 pools. Each pool plays each other. So you play 3 matches in either the morning or the afternoon. If you win your pool, you go to the finals, which is after the afternoon pool because we got to know who wins, right? And so they actually play each other. So if you are in that morning pool, you might start at 8 and end around 8 o'clock at night. It's a pretty long day, you know? So, all right, that puts the Miami Blaze on the clock, and their pick is in here. Gianna Jarman going off the board. Gianna Jarman is going to the Miami Blaze, and that's a pretty solid pick as they needed a girl for their team. So Gianna, right? We know a little bit about her. She played college pickleball, just actually won a national championship with the FAU team. So she won it on number 2, but that's because Bella Nelson and Ava Capitayo were on number 1. But they could have easily been ranked on the number 1 D1 team. So Gianna in Boynton Beach, training in that pro environment, is now a part of the Miami Blaze. So it looks like they got lucky with a little locality here.
Well, I think it's a smart pick. FAU has been one of the top college programs in the country. So she's around talent. And, she's got talent everywhere around her.
And a super sweet girl, right? Like,
yeah.
She's going to go. She's going to get after it. All right, the Lakeland Palms are on the clock. They're going to finish off the round of 3 here. And Drew Holder, the 3-time Lakeland Palmer, is that what they call themselves, is taken off the board. Drew Holder goes with the number 3rd pick for the Lakeland Palms. Lakeland boy.
Well, I mean, joking aside, I don't know how Nate didn't pick him first. I mean, it was like Matt Lund not picking his daughter first round. But he obviously knew that Drew was going to be available for him, so he snatched him up, which I think is really smart. And glad that Drew can continue his AFPL career at home in Lakeland.
Yeah,
so
it's
congrats, Drew.
Going to be a lot of fun to watch that one go. All right. Oh, we're 3/4 of the way through. Round number 3 has gone off, and we saw twists and turns. We saw an absolute run of guys in round number 3, which was expected. Round number 4 is where the money is made. When we come back, the Lakeland Palms, who had the last pick of the first round, will kick off round number 4, and we're going to see whose dreams get made and who goes to the sub pool when we come back.
I'm living in that 21st century, doing something.
Hey,
and we're back.
The producer almost caught us right there, buddy. Here we go.
Hey, he warned us. He said that was only a 15-second.
I don't pay attention to that. Hey, listen, don't defend him. So here we go. Right, round number 4. All right.
Hey, I'm gonna chime in. This is gonna be my favorite part of the draft.
Why?
Because now we're going to hear from these captains when they form their teams and get a little insight to what they were thinking, how they were planning, how they navigated. Did they need to, go to, option B, option, how did this play out for them? And I'm interested. We all made our mock drafts. I don't think any of our mock drafts follow this at all. But that's the craziness and the fun part of it all. So, yeah, let's get this last round rolling. Let's find out what these captains and coaches had in mind.
I made my first round was pretty spot on. I had the first 6 picks were there. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the 4th round because, you might have.
I'm laughing. I remember one of my first round mock drafts pick and that person hasn't even picked yet. So yeah,
I remember that one too, but we're not going to say that one out loud. All right, Lakeland goes off, rounding out their team. That is going to be Maddie Stone Wheatley goes off the board to the Lakeland Palms, rounding out their team of players. So they've got their full roster lined up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Maddie, good player, 26 years old. Coming out, ready to rock. I know that there were a few things that she had going on. Let's talk to Nate a little bit and see what he was thinking there and talk about his team. Nate, dog, what's up, baby?
Yeah, I love our team. Man, this couldn't have gone better if I had scripted it.
I'm going to be honest with you, bud. I don't think there's one captain coming on here tonight that goes, man, my team is trash.
Sure. But we had all 4 of our players play 2 matches with each other already.
Oh, you have see. All right, let's round it out here. You got Michael Shaw, you got Sherry Ann Ricardo, you got Drew Holder, and Maddie Stone Wheatley representing the Lakeland Palms this year. What was the philosophy? What are you seeing this year compared to the other years that made you form this team?
Actually, we had requested them during the combine that they all play together, and it was a super fiery match, extremely high level, lots of great play, and the four seemed to get along really well. And Dave and I walked away and we said, man, if we could get those four on our team, we would be pretty happy. And here we are.
So knowing
you're smiling and happy.
Yes.
I mean, I remember when the draft order lottery on Monday night finished and you were last and you said, hey, no problem. That's exactly where we want to be. And I like the way your team shaped up. And I'll say it again. I'm thrilled that you guys were able to pick Drew back up. You're smiling again. And that's good to see, man.
It's gonna be a great season, and it's gonna be tough to play in Lakeland. That's for sure.
All right, brother. Wish you luck. I'm looking forward to your Friday night shenanigans and playing some trivia over at Lone Palm Country Club with the members and seeing if the Palms are as good as trivia or as that they are at pickleball.
All right, let's go Palms.
All right, bud. See ya.
All right.
All right, so that puts the Lakeland Palms are off and running here. Going to be interesting. Some new names, right? Drew Holder, but everybody else is new to the league. So we're going to see what happens there with their final pick. That puts the Miami Blaze on the clock here to finish off their team. And it looks like
it's about time. It is about time.
So Ben Yu goes to the Miami Blaze. That's a good one. They have an interesting team. So Ben Yu is an absolute league legend. He's played every year, right? Ben's actually, I'll give you a funny story real quick, Jason and Mark, is Ben Yu actually played the first ever tournament that I threw in the Tampa area. He played with some lady that I think I remember her name. It was Tammy Emmerich. And nobody had a clue who she was.
Is that right?
Yeah, and they played this thing called the Ironman.
They weren't tennis players, that's why.
They were tennis players coming in. It was their first ever pickleball tournament, and Ben, you played with her. So I've known Ben for a really long time. You've got, a former O-Town banger in both of Ellie and Ben. You've got some new blood here, Jake Bauer and Gianna Jarman. What went into rounding out your team here, fellas?
You got it?
Compatibility was huge with us. We like the fact that they played before Ellie and Ben played. Ben can play on the right side. He's very flexible. And I think personality-wise, that's a big factor because a lot of what happens in pickleball depends on what happens in between the rallies, in between matches. And, I think compatibility, we got a huge team going.
Yeah, so you guys are picking a lot of chemistry people. Ben is out there. I know he didn't go to the combine, but he's a big part of the league. So congratulations, fellas. Now the real work begins, and you got to start shaping them up, getting ready, strategizing as we head into the first stop of the All Florida Pro League. Congratulations on making it through the draft, guys.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, bud. All right, here we go. The GMV Chomp on the board, man. That's an interesting team. You got some veterans, you got some new blood, you got some people familiar with competition, and in the grand scheme of things, they know teams. All of these players have played on teams before, which is a big part of the fourth round.
Well, look, and you're not going to have that learning curve from stop one or stop two. Ben's been in the league. He knows what it takes to play in this league. I'm thrilled that he's back in the league and excited that he got picked up by Miami here. But yeah, the experience matters. It counts.
He's definitely going to do something good there. So that's going to be, a good team. I call Ben. I love you, bud. I do. But that's a locker room pick. That's a seasoned veteran going to come in. He's going to keep everybody in check. He's going to lead that team. He's going to have some incredible points, and he's going to grind the entire time. He is going to be an absolute grinder when it comes to the courts because he will just flat out dink with everybody is exactly what he's going to try and do, All right, here we go. We got GMV Chomp are rounding out their team. Angelina Adele, the crush, goes off the board, rounding out the GNV Chomp. And that is a clutch pick. They needed a girl. They went out and got one, and it rounds out their players. Let's see what Krishan and them have to say about their team and how they're feeling. Let's go, Chomp. Oh, I did one in every crowd here. You're muted there, kiddo. All right, so you got
it's technology 101 here. No, we're feeling really good. I promise we're going to lead better than I can unmute myself tonight. Excited to lead this group. I think we have some great partnerships, some great chemistry. I think we have a role player in there, one or two, that's going to really complement their partner, and we're just going to let them show us what they have and how they gel, and we're going to adapt to them and help bring them bring them together as a unit. And there's going to be some off-court type strategy that's going to bring them, make them even stronger on the court. So we're pretty excited, actually. Can't wait to get them together.
So you mentioned some roles. What went into your overarching team strategy? You're a team person through and through, right? You play on teams. You know the team environment really well. What was some philosophy through this draft that you had in mind going into it to kind of complement your team? What were you looking for?
I can tell you right now, one of the things didn't want to get overly distracted by ratings, right? Being in the National Pickleball League now, the Champion Series Pickleball, there are some phenomenal players that phenomenal rated players that play extremely well, of course. But there are some players, a lot of players in there that don't have those same ratings that are killing it on the court. So not getting overly, exaggerated with the ratings and making that dictate choices, but looking at the person, the personality. We had some conversations with some of these folks and some of these kids, and that was really impressive. Some follow-up communication that was impressive. Some humility as well. So it was really about just finding some chemistry and talent and bringing it all together and coaching them.
Well, we are looking forward to seeing what you can do and coaching them up. I'm going to hit you up after this. I want to find out what your conversations were like with these players because I want to. If I know one thing about pros, humility doesn't tend to come into that. So I'm interested to hear what happens.
We have a good mix.
All right. Good luck this year.
Thank you, sir.
I mean, Davidson, the Ballers just put in their pick. Did you see what it was?
Oh, I do now. Yeah.
Oh, baby. Here we go. You talk about the Jacksonville constituents, Ahmad El Zarif with the 4th round pick. You're talking about a couple of people. Look at him. Look at him. How pumped he is. You know what? Can I share a personal moment here on this pick? Can I share a personal thing? I am pumped that he got picked because his mom is my mixed doubles partner. I'm going to make her play every minor league at these stops with me because we play together. I love Ahmad. He has been doing this for a long time. He is part of that Jacksonville area. Now a Jacksonville baller coming home to the hub. And, I mean, he knows Jared so well. I actually just saw a video of those two training together the other day. So, Ted.
Yes, sir.
Download. What went into picking this baller squad?
Every pick I wanted, I got. I tried to fake everybody out by saying I wanted a trade and everything. No, that was all just smoke and mirrors here. I got everybody I wanted exactly the way I wanted them. And these two, Jared trained Ahmad. They play together all the time. They trained. He trained them. These guys are great for each other. And you know what? We wanted to make your mixed partner happy as well. So Charlotte did a great job of checking all these people out. We got everybody we wanted, and we are very happy with this team, and I think they're going to do very well together.
I know a lot of the fun things that you guys do are a Beat the Ballers night at the Hub.
Yes.
You think any of the members are going to be able to beat any of these ballers?
Well, Jared, me and my doubles partner lost to Ahmad 2-1. He played us by himself and beat me and my partner together. And my partner's a 4-0, so it wasn't too bad. He's just so fast and it's so amazing. Great. He's a great kid. Jared's a great guy, and my ladies they're gonna bring it home for us. So there you go.
All right, bud. Looking forward to it, man. Congratulations on season 2 for you, season 3 of the All Florida Pro League. We're gonna see how that goes, and good luck the rest of the way there, Ted.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, O-Town is on the clock. It has their pick in, and they have rounded out their squad with Jenna Vlach. How about that? Gotta look this one up here, man. O-Town looking pretty solid right now. I want to get Jay on here. What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm feeling pretty good. Definitely feeling good. I think that getting Jenna in the 4th round is something I'm really excited about. I think that she, above all, kind of rounds out how much character is going to be important in this squad. I think we've got 4, not just great pickleball players, but phenomenal young people on this team. A lot of upside too on this team. And at the end of the day, I think we've got 3 players who are still very much getting better. And when you build that around someone who's super established and also getting better, of course, definitely a team I'm excited about. So I think we've got all of our kind of bases checked off. Really excited how the draft fell. And yeah, I think it's going to be a fun team to coach and just a really good season ahead.
I think that if she's playing, she probably has the biggest 2-handed backhand that we saw at the combine. That thing was nasty. So what went into your team philosophy? You've mentioned culture a couple of times, but was there any point during the draft where you really had to shift or kind of make some changes based on the way that the whole draft was going?
Yeah, I mean, I had kind of a game plan for each pick based on a couple of different scenarios. And thankfully I didn't have to make a scramble pick at any point. Not saying that we wouldn't have figured it out, but one of my final 2 available picks at each spot was there for each time. And that makes my decisions easy. And I think we've got a team that is going to build around each other. I think, like I said, we got 4 really good people on this team, and hopefully no issues and a lot of fun ahead.
All right, buddy.
Do you have any ideas on mixed doubles pairings yet?
BK and Emmanuel are going to play mixed together, and we'll figure it out from there.
All right. I like your answer.
I got to tell you, I know Jay for a while here. He ain't giving away nothing. He ain't giving away anything, you know?
Well, it was worth the ask. I'll ask Bruce the same thing. We'll see what he says.
Thanks, guys.
Bruce is going to dish everything. All right, here we go. So O-Town rounding out there. Some big guns, you know. They've got some veterans. They got some youth. They got some newcomers on that team. It's going to be interesting to see how they represent O-Town. And I think she's out of the Orlando area, so that one should be fun. Punta Gorda Tide have made their pick. And look at this. Look at this. Here you go. I got some history for you. TC Anderson goes off the board, number 4. TC Anderson in season 1 actually played for the GMV Chop, was the first men's pick because we used to go girl, guy. It was mandatory. But now he goes off the board at number 4 to the Punta Gorda Tide, rounding out their team, the monster. You know what he does? He actually has rice that he puts in front of him. And when he's sitting there on the computer and he's working or watching TV, he's grinding rice. If you look at his forearms, Davidson, one is significantly bigger than the other. And it's not because of what you think. It's because of the rice. The Punta Gorda Tide rounding out, man. Let's get Ivan in here. What's he doing? Where's Sharon? What are they doing? I want to hear what they were thinking. What's going on, y'all?
Not much. We're excited. I have to tell you, this being our first time in the league, we have a lot of things we want to live up to. We got the Pickleplex, which obviously a great home. We love it, but we got to do them proud. right? So we won the championship this year. We weren't able to make the combine. So we kind of dug into some people that are looking for sponsorships on the scouting side. We got Reese Imes, Drew Biddy, and Bob White did an absolute fantastic job for us. I have to say, we spent a lot of time prepping, and their reports were spot on, and everybody was pretty much available. So we're extremely happy with the team. Can't wait to meet the players and looking to kick some butt.
I want to know a little bit. You mentioned it a couple times, and everybody knows Punta Gorda Tide. You're a brand new team. You guys are new owners in the league. It's your first time doing this. You're passionate about pickleball. What was the experience now that you've made it through the draft? Are you relieved? How much fun was it? Was your heart racing? I want to hear about the experience, bud.
So it was extremely tense. We had our list of players, and then as you're waiting for the next teams to pick, what happens if your entire list gets picked, and then you're like scrambling to go down the list. Like I said, luckily that didn't happen. We had one or two players that went, but we had backups already prepared. So I think next year we don't have to be as stressed. We're ready to go.
Nice, man. Well, listen, I wish you all the best. May 9th, hey, that Pickleplex membership in that Punta Gorda area, you got to start signing up for the minor league, because I promise you it is going to be more fun than you have ever experienced in your life. And with the music bumping and the first stop, I mean, Davis even said the first 4 picks are going after each other in the first stop. It's going to be an absolutely great atmosphere.
Well, we're ready.
Yeah,
we're excited.
I can't wait for May 9th.
I can't either.
There we go. All right, congratulations, you guys. All right, that puts St. Pete. St. Pete's got to round out their team, and I just saw it come across the board. Check this out. Hannah Duncan, a new face, but not really. Hannah Duncan goes off the board here. Bruce is loose. Hannah Duncan with your 4th pick there.
Yeah,
so you
Bruce
got
is
the
giddy.
roster that you wanted.
Yeah, I'm really happy. I mean, big shout out to those that helped me, Josh Elliott, seasoned, and wow, big surprise for me to be able to pick up Steven so early. I mean, he was a first round, candidate in my eyes. And, Sophia, I've watched her play over the last year or so, and she brings a lot to the court. She's exciting, explosive, strong. And of course, y'all covered Camden. Everyone knows Camden, but, yeah, Hannah, I'm excited about. I saw her playing, and yeah, she's new. And I think with the experience we got on the team, and and who she, the crowd she runs in, and who's helping her, man, I'm really excited about our team. Look out, the rest of you field, we're coming.
I know.
So Bruce, have you given any thought to your mixed doubles pairs?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That was a big part of this. I mean, a lot of for those that are new to this, there's been a lot going on behind the scenes on who could play with who, so obviously, who was Camden going to play with, who we needed for singles, on the females, who was going to play singles in the male, and then who we thought Steven could match up with. Yeah, lots been going on, a lot of chat between Josh, Camden, and other players on who we could have matched up for mix. So yeah, we've got it all laid out now. I'll let everyone be surprised at the first match, but yeah, we know who. Yeah, we know who our mixed pairs are.
Well, good. We'll look to see how they get rolled out on May 9th.
I mean, I thought he was going to dish the whole thing, man.
No, hey, everybody listening.
I did too. Is as happy and giddy as he was acting. Yeah.
Be there May 9th. You're going to see who the mixed up pair is, because it's going to be 2 dynamic duos.
That's fun. Right. That's fun. All right, we've got the last pick. We've got they needed a girl, and we've got the Mrs. Irrelevant. You know what Mr. Irrelevant is in the NFL draft, Davidson?
I do.
So last year, Bias Moreno was Mr. Irrelevant and almost won the MVP. And look at this. You've got a girl right here that has the potential to do it. Andy Godwin goes to the Sarasota Manatees. This could be the youngest team in the history of all Florida pickleball.
Well, I'm just going to say before Matt jumps in, I could have seen her going in the first round. So I think this is an absolute steal, and she will not be irrelevant. She is a player, and Matt, that's a steal.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm surprised she didn't get taken earlier. We had a list, and obviously knowing that I was going to be taking Adeline in the first round, we had a good conversation around players that she thinks that she would gel with and be able to compete with. I love the fact that Andy is 16, Adeline 16. They're hungry. They both have PPA Pro experience. They both beat some good players, current pro players. And I'm looking also at the doubles with Miles and Andy, and also with Addie and Christian. I think it's going to be a great mix, and I think everybody's going to complement each other. I'm excited.
Were you just giving us a little teaser there?
Yeah. So,
okay.
Christian 15, Andy 16, Adeline 16, Miles, I think he's 20 or 21. It's an energetic team that is just, they're too young to know not to win. They're going to win it. They're going to take it. They're going to compete. I love it. So we're excited.
What went into rounding out your team? And what were some things that you were looking for during the draft and pre-draft, like character things or playing things? What were some things that you were looking for in players to get them drafted?
Yeah, I was looking for grit. I was looking for people that when they got on the court, they were taking it serious, that they were not just kind of going through the routine, but also kind of trying to walk by and listen as they were talking, and how much they wanted to improve, and how they, they want to make this, a full-time thing, trying to go pro. And so it's the attitude that comes with it. If you think you're going to win, you're going to win. If you think you're going to lose, you're going to lose. And these guys, they struck me as players that they want to do it, and I'm excited about it.
I mean, you had the first pick, you had the last pick, so it's going to be interesting to see, man. It's going to be a fun one. Matt, thank you so much. Welcome to the league. We're going to put you back in the green room and then do something here towards the end. We've wrapped up round number 4 here, Davidson. Anything that you have, Davidson, that pops off to you?
Well, shoot. I mean, I said it right there when Matt rounded out his team. I am surprised Andy stayed around that long. I think they might have got 2 of the top girls, and one was picked first in the draft and one was picked last. And that will be absolutely meaningless once they step on the court May 9th. But yeah, I think I'm surprised by that. There's a few players that are still in the that went undrafted that easily could have been, and not just drafted, but also first round picks. I think when we look at some of our mock drafts, some of those players weren't picked up, and but these captains did their homework. They knew what they were looking for. And they're trying to make their pairs, and we'll see how. Go
what
ahead.
You're seeing is you see people that are in areas and that are training. To make this league is no longer the, hey, I'm taking pickleball as a funsie. This is not just your 5-0 Moneyball player anymore. The first year we had a bunch of those. The second year it was a good blend. We had some players get signed. The players drafted are pickleballers. Like, there's only a few that have full-time jobs. There's not that many in here that are just kind of your local Moneyball winner. They are trying to go to the next level and are doing what it takes and grinding. And what I'm fascinated to see in this one, stop number 1 is pandemonium. Half these players have never done this before. Some have been in intense environments, but they've never experienced the All Florida Pro League and what's going to happen in this level of competition. And they are going to have an absolute time of their life, but they're going to walk away knowing or not what they need to do. And that's stop number 2 and 3 are always where I see that the bread gets buttered. It's where the cream rises to the top. Stop number 1, you got to be dialed in, but then you got to really focus in for stop number 2 and 3. And all of these players have the goods to do it. That's what's going to make this season exciting.
Yeah, I mean, we said it through the draft. It's nice to get some of that experience on your team to help you, the younger players or the newer players, adjust and transition into this professional league. Because many of these players, if not all of them, have played in some kind of team event before, but they haven't played in a team event at this level with this amount of exposure, with the lights on them. It's different, and you see it in any sport. When you're going from one level and moving to the next, it's not about the talent. It's about how you handle that experience. And Matt said it too. Like, these guys are young enough. They don't know that they shouldn't be here and shouldn't be winning. And that's kind of the exciting part about youth. If you can just kind of fool them and let them believe and allow them to believe and that they should be there and winning. I mean, that's usually what those young ones go and do. But it'll be fun to see how all these players, because we think there's talent there, but who's ready to be under the lights, who's ready to have the eyes on them, who's ready to perform when their team really is counting on them, not to advance and around, but hey, to win your pool, to win the league, to win the cash prize payouts. I mean, there's a lot on the line that these people are playing for, and we said this to them at the combine. I mean, we want you to know how to handle pressure on the court, off the court. That's how we're going to build you and develop you as professionals. And we're going to find a lot out on May 9th.
I mean, it's going to be fun. And then all of these players too, as a great player myself, I appreciate what happens on the court, but more importantly, what happens off the court. We're proud to announce right now that we do have a relationship with the tours to give these players discounts to registration, to give these players more access to more funds, for them to be able to continue to pursue their dream of making it to the next level and being a professional pickleball player with sponsors and hopefully getting to the top tier of the tours. And so we have some relationships in place. They're going to get discounts. They're also going to get some admission to our stuff, some tutelage. We've got some big names coming to talk to them about what it means to be a professional, and, with the possibility of being sponsored by some of those major brands in the sport and some that you've never really heard of before that are looking to make a break into the sport, and they're going to be using these players to do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing which players come out right now, shoot a little testimonial video about how excited they are. I'm excited to see them get together and practice. I'm probably going to use the word excited about 974 more times over the course of this week as we get ready for the Pro League finals, and the Pro League stop number 1.
I know these players have been working. They've been practicing. They've been preparing for the combine. They've been preparing for the league. And I hope they use this as further motivation. They have their shot now. Be prepared. I
want to
be
see
at your
if we can
best.
get all the captains in here. Get all the captains. I have a couple of questions just about the draft. See if we can start to pull these guys in here and round this show off, right? See what's going on. Look at all these pretty faces here. Here we go.
She's like.
Oh, here we go. Bruce is. We can hear you, bud.
Both of them. We have them.
Look at him. Look. Get Bruce out of here. Bruce can't figure this out. Hey, so look. I have a question for whoever wants to speak up. Was there ever a moment during the draft right now where you really had to pivot and you went, oh, crap, this is not going the way I want it to. This is, going to be pandemonium. I have no idea. Was there a moment like that for anybody in here?
6 picks, Todd.
Aside from Ted wanting to swap all the draft, everything else was good.
I knew Ted would be doing that. That's funny.
We really didn't really have that too much of that experience. I mean, we definitely had some players who we really wanted that went like 1 or 2 right before us. I mean, when I say really wanted, I just meant in order or ideal scenario. I would say that, especially as a first timer, that big gap between the second and third pick was brutal. Brutal. Like we have this long list, and there they go.
Yep.
That was harsh. I think I might have to have a drink after this.
All right, to the veterans of picking, and I think that's just going to be Jay and Ted, right? And Jason, right? Was there anything that stood out about the pool of players this year that was different than last year?
I mean, there was there were some unknown variables, I think, especially on the women's side. The guys' side was pretty deep in the field, but the combine was important to kind of sift through some of those unknown variables. So I think that helped a lot to be there.
I think the ladies were stronger in this pool than before, so that's why my choice to go with the ladies was first, because I just know that the ladies I thought were strong this year. So, and I know you left a lot out. You said 130 applicants, and you only had 70 or so in the finals. So that's saying a lot for the growth, and a lot younger. I think it's just they're getting younger and younger. So that's
hey,
great.
Dave, I got a quick comment for you. Just as a new owner and coach this year, getting into this, I was able to watch some games last year when I actually first moved down to Florida. And I remember watching the teams, and there were some really good players, but it seemed like you always knew when the certain teams were going on the court, they were going to beat the other team. Meaning that it was a little lopsided with overall talent. But I didn't know what to expect this year going into the combine, and knowing some of the names but not knowing all the players. And I'll tell you, looking at the draft tonight, looking at the players, looking at the teams, I think they're all going to be very competitive. I think there is a ton of talent. And I'm looking at the list right now, the players that didn't get drafted, and there is a ton of talent of players left on that list. And so that's exciting. That means there's something really happening with this league and where it's transitioning to. And it's just, I think it's going to be exciting. And when you have good pickleball on both sides and you don't know what team's going to do what with, it just makes it even more exciting.
All right, so I'm going to give a little bit of a final word. Any final words here real quick, Jay, on how you felt about your team, or anything you want to say about the league or anything like that before we sign you off?
Yeah, I think one thing that really sticks out with this draft was I think all the captains did their due diligence. I think they all did research. And I think a lot of people went with people that they specifically wanted, which I think is just going to be really cool to see how these teams grow. I don't think it's going to be as much of piecing it together as it's going to be more about each team building. So really cool. Really good job drafting everybody. It's going to be fun. Let's get it.
Davidson, any final words before I wrap this up?
No, congratulations, everybody. For those that was their first draft, great job. And as Jay just said, it looks like everybody did their work to prepare for this draft. Now it's time to prepare for stop one in Punta Gorda.
Look, I am pumped. I am proud of all of you and the way that you made it through the draft. I'm excited to see what happens with fantasy pickleball this year, because it's going to be pandemonium. I won it last year, and so I'm going to be defending my title. PB Pro Leagues, follow it. The website will be updating with all the rosters and websites and all the assets for the players. The All Florida Pro League on Instagram, PB Pro League on Instagram, Open Play on all of them, TikTok, everything. You can follow along the whole time. Thank you all. I'm excited for stop number one. But listen, you got to start getting prepared. That first waiver wire period comes up fast. So you drafted your team, but now you're going to start making that race to the finals. On behalf of everybody for the All Florida Pro League, I want to thank all of you for tuning in, all the comments, everything, the compliments on the jacket too. And we will see everybody on May 9th in Punta Gorda for stop number one. Have a great night, everybody.
Awesome.
Thank you, guys.